Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we will see the second part of amplitude modulation, and in this video we will study the frequency spectrum, bandwidth and power relations of amplitude modulation. First we will begin with the frequency spectrum of AM signal. The frequency spectrum means the different frequency contained in that signal and its amplitude. They will be shown in a graph, and that graph is the spectrum of a signal. Once again, in the frequency spectrum of a signal, we will show the different frequencies contained in that signal along with its amplitude. So to draw the spectrum of an AM signal, we must know what are the different frequencies contained in that AM signal and the amplitude of each frequency component. So to get those frequencies, we will develop the mathematical expression for the AM signal. For that, we now assume the equation of the carrier signal. So we use the basic equation of a sine wave. So since it's a carrier, we use that C here. Vc of t is equal to Vc into sin omega ct. This is the simple equation for the sine wave. Since our carrier is a sine wave, we are using this equation. Here Vc of t is the instantaneous amplitude of the carrier signal, and Vc is its amplitude or its peak voltage. Omega c is its angular frequency. Similarly, for the message signal, we write Vm of t is equal to Vm sin omega mt. Here also Vm of t is instantaneous amplitude of the message signal. Vm is its peak voltage and omega m is its angular frequency. And we know that in the process of amplitude modulation, the message signal is added to the amplitude of the carrier. This message will be added to the amplitude Vc of the carrier in the process of amplitude modulation. So when we add this message signal into the amplitude of the carrier changes and it becomes A equal to Vc plus Vm of t. Here Vc is the amplitude of the carrier and Vm of t is the amplitude of the message. So this message is added to the amplitude of the carrier, resulting in the amplitude of the AM signal. So this can be written as Vc plus Vm sin omega mt. This is a message signal, equation for the message signal. So it can be written as Vc plus m into Vc into sin omega mt. And we are replacing Vm by m into Vc. We get it from the equation for modulation index, m equal to Vm by Vc. So Vm is equal to m into Vc. So that is written here. Instead of Vm, we are writing m into Vc. And it is rewritten now as Vc into 1 plus m sin omega mt. And this equation is the amplitude of the AM signal. So what about the instantaneous voltage of the AM signal? The equation of the AM signal is V equal to its amplitude into the sine term. Its amplitude into sin omega ct. Omega c is the frequency of the carrier. We know that in amplitude modulation, the frequency of the AM signal will be same as the frequency of the original carrier. Only amplitude of the carrier is changing in the process of amplitude modulation, not its frequency. So the frequency of the AM signal is same as omega c. Now this amplitude of the AM signal is Vc into 1 plus m sin omega mt, that we are writing here. So into sin omega ct. So this equation comes from the basic equation of the sine wave, but this is a modulated carrier, so its amplitude has been changed. That change is shown here. Since the message is added to the carrier amplitude, the amplitude of the AM signal is like this. So that term is taken here to represent the amplitude of the AM signal. The remaining part is the same sin omega ct. So now we can write it as Vc sin omega ct plus m Vc sin omega m into sin omega mt into sin omega ct. And here you can see the first term is the carrier itself. Vc sin omega ct is the carrier signal. So in the AM signal we can see the one term is same as the carrier component. The second term consists of product of two sine terms, sin omega mt into sin omega ct, and that can be expanded with the help of this trigonometric identity. Sin A into sin B is equal to cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B whole divided by 2. So using this trigonometric equation, we will expand this equation for the AM signal, like V equal to Vc sin omega ct. This is this term plus this term is now expanded with the help of this equation. So it is 1 by 2 mvc into cos omega c minus omega mt minus 1 by 2 mvc cos omega c plus omega mt. So here we can see that the AM signal contains three different frequency terms. One frequency term is Vc sin omega ct, second term is this one, and third term is this one. And these three terms are having different frequencies. One is having frequency omega c, the second term is with the frequency omega c minus omega m, and third term of frequency omega c plus omega m. So we have three different frequencies contained in the AM signal. And instead of writing the angular frequency, if we use the linear frequency, that can be obtained from this equation, f equal to omega by 2 pi. Dividing by 2 pi, we can get the linear frequency from the angular frequency. So the linear frequencies are fc, fc plus fm, and fc minus fm. So this one is carrier frequency, this is a higher frequency, fc plus fm, and this higher frequency is called upper sideband frequency, and the lower frequency fc minus fm is called lower sideband frequency. Now we can see these two terms, fc plus fm and fc minus fm, are on the either side of the carrier frequency fc, and this frequency separation between this term, upper sideband term, and the carrier is fm. The frequency difference between fc plus fm and fc is fm. Similarly, the frequency difference between the term fc minus fm and fc is again fm. Now the amplitudes of these three terms that we can see here. The first term is carrier frequency and its amplitude is Vc. The second term is having the amplitude 1 by 2 mvc, and the amplitude of the third term is also the same, 1 by 2 mvc. Amplitudes are Vc, mvc by 2, and again mvc by 2. Now we can draw the frequency spectrum of the AM signal. We know that the AM signal contains three different frequencies. The frequencies are fc, fc plus fm, and fc minus fm. The amplitudes are Vc, mvc by 2, and mvc by 2. So the first spectral line is this one. Its frequency is carrier frequency and its amplitude is Vc, that is shown here with this vertical line. And this term, upper sideband frequency, its frequency is fc plus fm and its amplitude is mvc by 2. And this LSB term, lower sideband frequency term, is having frequency fc minus fm and its amplitude is mvc by 2. So this is the spectrum of an AM signal. It is having three spectral lines, and we can see here that the separation between the upper sideband term and carrier is fm. Similarly, the separation between the lower sideband term and the carrier is again fm. So the upper sideband frequency and lower sideband frequency, they are situated at equal distance from the carrier frequency fc. Now we will see the bandwidth of an AM signal. Generally, for a signal, its bandwidth is the range of frequencies contained in it. So we can get the bandwidth of a signal as the difference between the highest frequency contained in it and the lowest frequency contained. So what about the AM signal? The highest frequency contained in this AM signal is, we know it is FC plus FM, and the lowest frequency is FC minus FM. Thus bandwidth is the highest frequency FC plus FM minus the lowest frequency FC minus FM. So it is equal to 2 FM, and that is twice the message frequency. If our message is containing many frequencies, then this FM is the highest frequency contained in the message signal. So bandwidth of an AM signal is twice the highest frequency contained in the message signal. So it is 2 FM. Now we will see an example. Here our message contains two different frequencies. One is 3 kHz and the other one is 5 kHz. And we are using this message to modulate the carrier of 100 kHz. And how the spectrum will look like, it is shown here. As we have seen already, this central line is the carrier, its frequency is 100 kHz, and in the upper sideband there are two frequency terms. One is FC plus FM1 and the second one is FC plus FM2. So FC plus FM1 is 100 plus 3 kHz, it is 103 kHz, and the second term in the upper sideband is FC plus FM2 and it is 100 plus 5 kHz, 105 kHz. So we can see two frequency terms at the upper sideband side. Similarly, when we come to the lower sideband side, here also there are two frequency terms. One is FC minus FM1, so 100 minus 3, it is 97 kHz, and the second term is FC minus FM2, 100 minus 5, that is 95 kHz. So here in the spectrum we have two spectral lines at the upper sideband and two lines at the lower sideband, since the message contains two different frequencies. So what about the bandwidth of this particular AM signal? We have to know the highest frequency contained in it, and it is 105 kHz. And what about the lowest frequency in this signal? It is 95 kHz. So bandwidth is the difference between the highest frequency and the lowest frequency. Thus it is 105 minus 95 kHz. It is equal to 10 kHz. So the bandwidth of this AM signal is 10 kHz. Now we will see another example. Here the carrier signal is shown by its mathematical equation 5 sin 10 raised to 3t. So the amplitude of the carrier is 5 and its frequency is 10 raised to 3, or it is 1000 Hz. And it is modulated by a message signal with the equation 2 sin 2 into 10 raised to 2t. Here the amplitude of the message is 2 and its frequency is 2 into 10 raised to 2, or it is 200 Hz. Now we will draw the spectrum of this AM signal. So the central line is the carrier, its frequency is 1000 Hz, so it is 1000 here, and its amplitude is Vc, so Vc is 5, it is shown here. What about the upper sideband side? The frequency is Fc plus Fm, so 100 plus 200, Fm is 200, so 1000 and 200, and its amplitude is MVc by 2. We know that the amplitude of lower sideband and upper sideband are the same, and it is MVc by 2. So we have to know M first. M is Vm by Vc. Vm is 2, Vc is 5, so it is 2 by 5 equal to 0.4. Then what about MVc by 2? 0.4 into 5 by 2, it is 1 volt. So the height of the upper sideband is MVc by 2, or it is 1 volt. What about the LSB? Its frequency is Fc minus Fm, 1000 minus 200, it is 800. Its amplitude is again MVc by 2, and hence it is 1 volt. So this is the spectrum. Now we will see the power relations in AM. We will find out the total power of an AM signal and power of the sidebands. We know an AM signal contains three terms. They are the carrier, lower sideband and the upper sideband. If we represent the power of the carrier as PC, the power of LSB term as PLSB and the power of USB term as PUSB, then the total power of AM is the sum of all these three powers. So PT is PC plus PLSB plus PUSB. Now we will find out the power of these three, that is, what about the values of PC, PLSB and PUSB. So first we will find out PC. PC is the power of the carrier. We know the amplitude of the carrier is VC, but it is a sine wave, so we have to consider its RMS value. The RMS value of a sine wave is its amplitude by root 2. So it is VC by root 2. So RMS square by R, P equal to V squared by R. We know that equation, power equal to V squared by R. So here we have to consider the RMS value. So it is VC by root 2 whole square by R, or it is equal to VC square by 2R. So VC square by 2R is the power of the carrier. What about PLSB? We know the amplitude of upper sideband and lower sideband are equal. Both are MVC by 2. So their powers will also be equal. That's why we write here PLSB equal to PUSB, and it is equal to, their amplitude is MVC by 2 and RMS value is MVC by 2 by root 2 whole square by R. So it becomes M square VC square by 8R. And if we write it as M square by 4 into VC square by 2R, if we write it in this form, we know that this VC square by 2R is same as power of the carrier. So it is PC. VC square by 2R is PC. So this term becomes PC. Now we have PLSB equal to PUSB is equal to M square by 4 into PC. Now what about the total power? Total power PT is equal to PC plus M square by 4 PC. It is the power of lower sideband. And again one more M square by 4 into PC. That is the power of USB. So total power is PC plus M square by 2 into PC. And it can be written as PC into 1 plus M squared by 2. So this is the total power of an AM signal, and it is given by power of the carrier into 1 plus M square by 2, where M is the modulation index of the AM. Now what about the maximum power possible in an AM? We know the maximum possible value for modulation index in the case of AM is 1. So if we put 1 here for this M, it becomes 1 plus 1 by 2, or this term becomes 1.5. So it is PT equal to 1.5 PC. So the maximum possible power for AM signal is 1.5 times the power of the carrier. Now we will see an example here. A 400 watt carrier is 60% modulated. Calculate the total power of the AM signal and power of one sideband. We will use the equation power of the AM signal PT equal to PC into 1 plus M square by 2. PC is 400, then M is 0.6. So 0.6 into 0.6 is, there is M square. So if we calculate this value, we will get it as 472 watt. So total power of the AM signal is 472 watt. And what about the power of one sideband? It is M square by 4 into PC. We have seen it. And M square, M is 0.6. So M square is 0.36 into 400. That is PC by 4. We will get it as 36 watt. Now the power of the carrier is 400 watt. Power of one sideband is 36 watt. The power of the other sideband will also be 36 watt. We know that. Then what about the total power? We have to add all these. Power of the carrier plus power of the two sidebands. If we do that, we will get it as 400 plus 36 plus 36, 472. the same value we got here for the total power of the AM signal. That's all in this video. Here we have seen the spectrum of an AM signal, the bandwidth of that signal, and the power relations in AM. So that's all in this video. Thank you.